Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, when I started Final Fantasy XIV about a month and a half ago, I made what a lot of people call a mistake, a terrible decision, right? I chose to play Black Mage. Now, straight away I saw on YouTube and stuff like that, people, the stigma's always been, oh, Black Mage is too hard for beginners. Never start with Black Mage, maybe try and play Summoner first. But so far I have taken Black Mage all the way through to, I'm currently in Endwalker. I'm nearly at the end. I'm close to becoming into Dawn Trail. And the question I've got for you today in today's video is, should new players actually play Black Mage? Now, the TLDR answer for me is yes, but probably not for the reasons that you would expect. So for context, Black Mage is the only job that I've played in Final Fantasy XIV seriously. I've gone from a complete beginner basically to nearly finishing Endwalker whilst playing with the Black Mage the entire time. So this, guys, this is not a guide, by the way. I'm not a veteran player. I haven't played for 10,000 hours. I am a new player to the Final Fantasy XIV, and I just wanted to give you my perspective, and these are the videos that I'm planning on making more of, just giving you my thoughts as a new player to the game in 2026. So the biggest problem with Black Mage is that the early levels, they don't really show you what the job can become, right? At the low levels, the gameplay is pretty simple. You're casting fire, then you run out of your mana, then you go obviously to ice, and then you get your mana back, and then you repeat that, so on and so forth, right? Honestly, there was points why I could see that, I understood why people would say, oh yeah, don't pick it, because there's other jobs that are, they look more flashy, but I always play mages and sorcerers, and that's just my style. I love the magic. I love magic classes in every MMORPG that I play, every RPG that I play. I'm not really a melee kind of guy, so I stuck with it, and the job doesn't really feel complete until you get to a lot later on in the game, like your levels. When you get your Black Mage to a higher level, that is when it starts to really kick in and become a lot more fun. So I would say the biggest hurdle for a brand new player, if you're gonna pick the mage, if you're gonna play this, then you're gonna need patience, guys, right? Patience is key, especially if you're gonna play this. So why do people say it's hard? Well, people say Black Mage is difficult because of the rotation, but after playing it, I honestly don't think it's hard at all, like the rotation wise. In my opinion, it's the movement, because every boss mechanic is like, it feels personal. The game asks you to get out of the way to move, but playing the Black Mage doesn't want you to move, right? So those things combined, it's like you're fighting against whether to cast some spells or to get out of the boss mechanics. And trust me, early on I died a lot because obviously I hadn't quite learned some tips and tricks yet. So I was stuck in my casting animation and stuff like that. But things will happen, right? You'll get ley lines, so you'll finally put your ley lines down. You'll start to cast. You'll think, yeah, this is good. I'm going to start pumping that damage. And then the boss will say, do you know what? That exact spot that you've just laid your ley lines down, you need to move from there. So every Black Mage player should know that feeling. The challenge for me wasn't about learning the buttons or the rotations. It was just about thinking, when to use my ley lines, when to move, when to rotate. And I think that's one of the reasons why I keep playing it. I've never switched jobs. Obviously, at some point, once I get to level 100 and I feel really, really comfortable with the Black Mage, I will of course level up other jobs, but I will always have my main as the Black Mage. There's very few feelings in my eyes in Final Fantasy XIV that compares to, you're standing perfectly still and you're just pumping big damage, right? Everything's exploding, lots of fireballs, lots of explosions, lots of visual effects. For me, it just looks good, right? Each dungeon that I've done, each trial that I've done, each boss that I've had a fight against, I've got better at predicting movement. And yeah, it just feels really, really good, right? Things that nobody maybe told me at the beginning was, obviously, you have to remember, as a new player, I do this a lot, so don't feel bad. Like, I always say to myself, oh, maybe I should have played better, I should play perfectly, maybe I shouldn't have made that mistakes. But you don't need to play perfect, guys. You're a new player. Maybe I would even advise, don't even check all these like veteran guides, because you're going to see all of these rotations. You're going to think to yourself, holy, this is a lot to take in. And the truth is, you're not level 100. So you're going to see all these level 100 rotations, and you're level 30, you're level 40, and it's irrelevant to you, right? Just enjoy the ride, learn the spells. As you get there, you'll unlock new spells, you'll unlock new passives. Just take your time, right? You're going to spend a lot of time staring at your cast bar. If that's going to be a bit boring to you, then yeah, Black Mage is definitely not for you. If you don't mind that, and you enjoy the whole mage, the whole mage style, then I think you're going to love Black Mage. So who should play the Black Mage, in my opinion? I think it's perfect for players like me who enjoy the mage fantasy. If you enjoy big damage, you like to master obviously one thing, and you don't mind a learning curve, and you want to improve over time, I think it's going to be a good thing for you. But if you want constant movement and you want constant utility, you want the easiest possible job for for your first time experience, which is, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. You should not pick the do not pick the Black Mage, because that is not what you're going to get out of this job, right? So, and at the end of the day, should a new player pick the Black Mage? I think personally, obviously I'm biased because I love the Black Mage and I love mages overall. I would say yes, not because it's easy, not because it's beginner friendly, but because the mage lifestyle, the Black Mage looks fun to you. That is the best reason to play a job, right? So I took the time from the beginning up until, where I am now at the end of Endwalker, and I've had a couple hundred hours on the job, and I wouldn't change anything. I love that. So if you're thinking about starting Final Fantasy XIV as a Black Mage, I would say just do it. Just try it. And just don't be surprised when you get to a certain level and you get your ability called ley lines. You lay it down. Don't be surprised when the boss keeps on going exactly where your ley lines is, and you're going to have to move. All right. There are some tips and tricks that you could do, but again, like I said, this isn't a guide. There are spells that enable you to move and cast as well, by the way, as you get further on, as you level up further. But there are so many amazing guides out there from long-term veteran players. So if you really want to deep dive into the Black Mage, trust me, you'll be able to find so many guides that will help you. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to give you my my thoughts and opinions as somebody who's played Black Mage from day one of my journey as a new player in 2026. And yeah, I'm loving it, and I'm going to carry on till I hit level 100. And like I said, I'm going to keep being a Black Mage because I really enjoy it. But anyway, leave me a comment down below. Do you play Black Mage? Do you hate Black Mage? And do you find this job hard or, challenging or whatnot? Or do you think it's easy? Just let me know. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Stay safe. And also, guys, it's so hot everywhere. So just please stay hydrated. And like I said, just take care. Look after yourself.